Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss Keats as a poet of beauty, which is meant for the second year students who have got a few poems by John Keats prescribed in their course. As Wordsworth was a poet of nature, and Shelley as a poet of love, Keats is regarded as a poet of beauty. Beauty for Keats is a philosophical notion, a physical thing, and as a poet and thinker, Keats passed through various stages, distinct stages, in which he developed the idea and theory of the concept of beauty. For example, as a poet, Keats began as a writer, as a poet, thinker of beauty on the physical planes. His first stage towards beauty, his approach towards beauty is physical. That is the initial stage where he becomes sensuous and even sensual to some extent, but basically he is attracted by the outward form, color and fragrances in the world of nature and in the human society, human beings. As a poet of beauty, at this stage, he is fascinated by the outward beauty of woman folk. Soft dimpled hands, parted hair and creamy breasts are things on which dazzled senses rest. Now, this is a perfect example of the first stage of his concept of beauty, where he is attracted by the outward form and the sensual nature of the physical aspect of a human being, of a lady, for example. Now, in the second stage, he intellectualizes beauty, and that is something which we find especially in his initial odes, like Ode to a Nightingale and Ode on a Grecian Urn. Now, these poems, these odes, present John Keats as a poet of beauty who is after, or who is thinking about, brooding about the concept of beauty intellectually, and there beauty becomes something which is perennial, which is democratic, which appeals to everybody. He said, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. A thing of beauty is a joy for all. Now, such statements, they exemplify that he intellectualizes beauty. And even in that poem, Ode to a Nightingale, thou wast not born for death, immortal bird, no hungry generations can tread thee down, the song I hear. This passing night was heard in ancient time. Something like that. So beauty becomes perennial, it becomes immortal thing, an immortal element or aspect of human society and nature as well. So this is his second stage, where he intellectualizes beauty, where beauty is something to be thought about, to demand brooding on the part of the thinker, on the part of a human being. Now, in the final and the third stage, Keats becomes a beauty mystic. He becomes almost a yogi, and he feels that beauty is something which is spiritual, which is divine, and which is associated with God. For example, in that poem Ode on a Grecian, he says, beauty is truth, truth, beauty, that is all ye know on earth and all you need to know. So here, beauty becomes yet another side of the same coin called a truth. So he associates beauty with Godhood itself, with some divine aspect or divine element, and he says beauty and truth are no longer different from each other. They, they are also complementary to each other in a way. And therefore he says beauty is truth, truth, beauty, that's all ye know on earth, and that is the ultimate wisdom. We should know that beauty is a part and parcel of truth itself. Remember, beauty without truth is not everlasting, and truth without beauty is not appealing. And remember also, this is what he said, that there cannot be any beauty without wisdom, and there cannot be any wisdom without suffering. So, the person who suffers emotionally, mentally, intellectually, and spiritually, he is the one who can be called beautiful because he has learnt wisdom. Wisdom has been dawned upon him, and therefore he becomes sane and he becomes spiritual, he becomes sober and saner with the passage of time. So this is a brief survey of the three stages of Keats's concept of beauty, which I have talked about today. Tomorrow I may take up another topic. Thank you.